Hello. I'm gonna play a weird game now. I used to play a lot of point and clicks, you know, growing up in the 90s and things, so I feel like playing one now. It's a new one though. So let's play a new one.
Where am I? Is this a dream?
Not quite, Murphy.
Then you're the big PI in the sky?
That's right, Murphy.
Space.
But now is not the time for you to be here. There is a vast and malignant evil at work on the earth, and fate,
Is that James Earl Jones?
for some reason that even I cannot fathom, has chosen you to oppose it.
But why me?
I'm no more thrilled about it than you are. Nevertheless, your fate has been decided.
Okay, this one is from a series of games. I haven't played that series of games. Do I need to play that series of games? Ah, sure it'll be fine. A Tex Murphy adventure. With Tesla effect. Jessler effect. It's a weird tea there. It's kind of weird tea, guys. Jumpy Blister. Shannon Todd Bridges. Relation to Jen Bridges. Larry Thomas.
My name's Tex Murphy. I'm a small-time private investigator in the big city of New San Francisco. My office isn't in the glamour districts. It's in the run-down, mutant part of the city, close to Coit Tower. A place they've been refurbishing for years, but it never seems to improve. Not exactly great for business, but it holds a strange attraction for me. I've cracked some pretty big cases over the years. You may even have heard of me. But I don't do much investigating anymore. These days, I'm known for being a man who gets things done, no matter what the cost. You got a job that pays? I'll do it. No questions asked. I can't really remember why I became a PI. Maybe I was drawn to the romance, adventure, and independence it offered. Or maybe because I believed in its code of honor. That a man can remain untarnished as others sink into a cesspool of lies, corruption, and greed. A man better than the world around him. But even a set of principles can slowly slip from your grasp. The world has a way of beating you into submission. Circumstances change. The guilty aren't always punished. Temptations become obsessions, and love can be violently taken, leaving it empty and hollow. Each day, innocence fades, and your character weakens. And that's not all at once, but a piece at a time until you can't be put back together again. You finally realize the only way to get ahead in this world is to make sure you're on the winning side, and then do anything you can to stay alive. I don't know why I'm so reflective tonight. Maybe I finally crossed the Rubicon, but that's not true either. I passed that sign miles back and didn't even pause to take a picture. Maybe I just feel extra guilty tonight for what I'm about to do.
What are we about to do?
There was a time when I would have never agreed to do something this despicable. I can't explain why I do this, but maybe Judas would understand.
Holy shit, this is cheesy as fuck, I love it. Sorry, language. Oh, snake.
I don't care. Drag him into the speeder. Look, look, look! The top window. I think we got him. Let's get out of here.
The Rude Awakening. Or the 7-year ouch.
Hey, you! Over here! Finally! What was all that commotion outside anyway? Wowza! You really got a hit on the head. Remember me? Your old pal Huck? Seriously, you look clueless.
Who or what are you?
Geez, how hard did you hit your head? Well, let me reintroduce myself. I'm your Smart Alex, your personal assistant, version 1.5, fashioned 3 years ago in a factory with truly horrible working conditions you don't want to know. I'm your trusty, tech-savvy sidekick whose primary functions include travel agent, inventory tracking and analysis, investigative advice, case notes, and I'm also a confidant and a best buddy, you gigantic oaf. Remember?
Not really.
Would you like a tutorial on my usage?
Sure.
Activating tutorial mode. Let's begin. Welcome to the Smart Alex interface. This is where the magic happens. This button takes you to your inventory. Items you pick up along the way can be viewed and used from here. To take a closer look at an item, select it and then click the Examine icon. The Examine feature often gives clues about the object. This is your map, where you can view your current location or warp to other locales. This icon is our handy-dandy built-in hint system. It will list tasks for each location. This is your flashlight. If you are in a particularly dark environment, you can turn on this flashlight to help you out. If you're playing in casual mode, when the beam of light from the flashlight shines on an object that needs to be picked up, the object will sparkle. This is the Look icon. If you want to look at an object without interacting with it, press this icon.
More furniture I don't recognize.
The Use icon allows you to interact with an object in the environment. The Smart Alex icon will flash in the corner, confirming an item has been picked up and placed in the inventory. To exit out of the Smart Alex game interface, click on the giant X in the middle. Let's start by picking up an item to add to the inventory. Walk over to the corner shelf and pick up the broken record.
Oh man, my Gene Autry record's broken in two.
Now let's take a look at this new addition in your inventory. Return to the Smart Alex interface and click on the inventory icon. Look, the broken record. Examine the broken record to hear a clue about what to do with it.
I'll need some glue to repair this broken record.
Exit your inventory by clicking the X in the upper right corner. Well, let's try picking up another inventory item. Navigate to the desk and pick up the bottle of glue.
Huh, it's a bottle of stupid glue.
Now open your inventory again. You now have both the broken record and the bottle of glue. Let's try combining your two inventory items. select the broken record and drag it to one of the combination slots below. Now, select the glue and drag it to the other combination slot. I'm experiencing a sensation altogether new to me, and frankly, I love it. Success! You have now created a vinyl record.
Well, I definitely remember my Gene Autry record. It's my one stability in this crazy world.
Try using the vinyl record on your Victrola player in your office. To use an inventory item, simply point at the target, open the inventory, select an item, and then press the Use icon.
I close my
Ah, Gene Autry, the singing cowboy. Nice choice of music. One more thing. To access the pause menu, simply hit Escape. From here, you can save your game, access the main menu, explore the help section, or quit the game. Yep, that's all there is to it. Now let's get back to your actual case.
You have a fax. You have a fax. You have a fax.
Ooh, can walk around
You
with
have a
this thing.
fax.
It's all 3D.
You have a fax. You have a fax.
What's this?
Archie Ellis wrote a book? I bet this sells for pennies
You
on
have a
eBay.
fax. You have a fax.
Archie Ellis wrote a book? I bet this sells for pennies on eBay. Archie Ellis wrote a book? I bet this sells for pennies on
You
eBay.
have a fax.
My indispensable water cooler still doesn't have paper cups. I sure don't remember how these holes got in the wall. They look fairly recent, judging from the debris.
You have a fax.
Who would have done this? And why?
You have a
Salsa
fax.
dancing is a Murphy family tradition.
You have a fax. You have
My
a
camera
fax.
books are great, but I prefer stories about his crazy nephews, Mike and Icammer. I try to collect all of their candy comics.
You have a
Ah,
fax.
The Big Finish Detective by your Aaron Corners. Finns make the best detectives. It's one of my business
Do they?
cards, but it looks different. When did I change these?
Maybe I should like Grandel now.
Enigma. Sounds like the story of my life.
You have a fax.
This looks interesting. Probably a book on how to map out fun spots to visit inside your brain.
You have a fax.
Blue's always useful.
You have a fax.
Oh, is the record actually still there?
You have a fax.
Oh man, this record's broken in two.
Fax.
Oh, cool.
That accomplished.
You have a fax. You have a fax.
That accomplished.
Wait. Oh, there we
You
go.
have a fax. You have
Oh,
a
of course,
fax.
Yeah, gotta drag it down there, Da, da, da,
Hey, it
da.
worked!
You have a fax.
Use
I close my eyes and dream of one, the one I love.
You have a fax.
so dear.
You have a fax.
Whoa. What a room.
You have a fax.
Is that the Ark of the Covenant?
Government footrest. Picked it up at a government warehouse sale years back. But I've never had the nerve to open it all the way.
Okay, that is the Ark of the Covenant.
I certainly don't remember this piece of furniture. Looks like a genuine antique instead of something I normally get at a white elephant sale. Yeah, I remember years ago, I was finishing up the latest Mike and Ike Candy Kids adventure, and I realized I devoured several chapters and it wasn't agreeing with me. I could feel my stomach churning like a volcano, and I realized I wasn't going to make it to the bathroom.
Oh, what? I'll get you, Murphy, if it's the last thing I do.
Yeah, it's kind of been a sore spot in our relationship ever since.
Okay. Okay.
Perfect. All I need is one good night's stand.
Okay, this is my kind of humor.
That was from my first jackalope hunt.
That's nice. Very good one.
Yeah, San Francisco looks way different now. Oh, I had this door permanently sealed as it opened directly into my bedroom. People thought that was awfully presumptuous of me. The door to my back storage room is locked. That's strange.
Is there a key? Huh.
You have a fax. You have a fax.
One of my golf partners. Old Bogey, we call him.
You have a fax.
These are my credentials. They don't just give this to anyone. You have to pay a fee.
You have a fax.
These are my credentials. They don't just give this to anyone. You have to pay a fee. Sometimes, I wish I had a talking gumball machine as my wacky sidekick.
You have a fax.
That would be mad. What's
You
this?
have a fax. You have a fax.
Alright, wait, can I look at it?
You have a fax.
Nope.
You have a fax.
It's my Gene Autry fake book. Whenever I'm feeling low, I can sing the songs of my hero.
You have a fax. You have a fax. You have a fax.
A Maltese Falcon? I don't remember picking up this little souvenir.
You have a
How
fax.
long was I knocked out?
You have a fax. You have a fax. You have a fax.
Ah, the Colonel. He was my first real mentor in the PI business, and here he is giving me a helpful tip.
You have a fax.
Because apparently you never learned the first rule of a PI. And never, ever betray your friends. Now, friendship goes beyond blood and race and politics. You gotta find out who your friends are, then you hold on to them.
I always get the chill of fear down my spine whenever I think of him.
You have a fax.
Local SF private investigator in critical condition following out all.
Well, this happened on my
shootout.
first case. I was in the shootout of my life at the warehouse district.
Holy shit! God, even I did loads.
I took a bullet, and while I was recovering, I swore I was always going to use my brains before
You
brawn.
have a fax.
I think that would be wise.
You have a
Alright.
fax. You have a fax.
Well, it's another Mike and Ike Hammer candy comic, Key Lime Largo. I'll put this in my comic book rack.
You have a fax.
My friend Louie runs the Brew and Stew, and this is his personal brand of coffee. I gotta say, it packs a wallop.
You have a fax. You have a fax.
I see my credenza is still keeping dust off the
You
floor.
have a fax.
Oh boy, a fax. What on earth is this amount of cash doing in my office? If someone was trying to hire me to do something, it probably wasn't legal. I better put this away until I know exactly why it's here.
At least we got some
I see
money.
my credenza is still keeping dust off the floor.
Hey Murph, I've been out of state doing UFO research, also checking out a Bigfoot sighting, but that's another story. I should be back in a couple of days, and it would be great to catch up with you with what you are working on. Archie Ellis.
It's a note from my old friend Archie Ellis. Apparently he's out of town doing some research. When he returns, I'll need to ask him about the case we're working on. Man, I don't even know what I was trying to do. When things get slow in the detective business, I've always been able to fall back on my skills as a dance instructor. When things get slow in the detective business, I've always been able to fall back on my skills as a dance instructor.
And dream of one.
I sure don't remember how these holes got in the wall. They look fairly recent, judging from the debris. Who would have done that? It's one of my business cards, but it looks different. When did I change these?
To grab it? No.
PI rules are for sissies. I've been able to achieve a certain level of success ignoring all the rules of my business.
Hell yeah. Do I need that? Okay, everything runs pretty smooth on this. It has to be smooth. Nice. What we got here?
Oh, my decoder ring. The resort sounds like an upscale condo community. Definitely not something I'm interested in. Whoa, this melted chocolate bar has been in here for a while. Chocolate always reminds me of Clint, one of the residents at Chandler Avenue.
This isn't a good time for a social call, punk. If I don't get her fixed soon, I'll go insane! Dory me fasolato!
What do you mean, go insane? Seems to me you're already there.
How do you get lost before I eat that chocolate-colored hat of yours?
Sounds like I'm gonna like some of the people in this game. Let's put that away. Excuse me. Alright.
An article on the Russian White Movement? Am I truly so bored I'm reading Russian history? An article on the Russian White Movement? Am I truly... No messages on the vid phone. No messages on the vid phone. Looks like somebody's wiped my computer clean.
It's probably for the best, really. Whoa.
These are the fedoras I've collected over the years, and I take great care of them. Hey, one of these has a hole in it. How did that happen?
Old trusty sidearm. Been with me since the beginning. You want some of this, huh? Bam, bam! Hey, bam, bam, bam! Bam!
Get him.
Bam, bam! Bam! And you!
Hey, Sonny, can you help me out? My girlfriend threw my gun out of the window. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, just pick it up and, hey, don't point that thing up here. That's not a toy, you know.
Shit.
Oh, my hell.
Oh, yeah. Now I remember.
Alright. It's gonna be a good night.
One of my golf partners. Old Bogey, we call him. Yeah, it's a picture of pre-World War III San Francisco.
Pre-World War III San Francisco. How I miss you.
Enigma. Sounds like the story of my life. Why would I be researching this? Oh, man. My Richie Havens signature guitar signature disappeared. That'll teach me to get an autograph with a dry erase marker.
I think we got everything.
Whoa. I've never seen this much money in my life. If this is my money, What were they paying me for?
Okay, so we've kept that in the room. And
Someday, I hope to collect all of the Mike and Ike Hammer comics and place them here.
okay, so this is like a trophy room, and
Oh, I had this door permanently sealed as it opened directly into my bedroom. People thought that was awfully presumptuous of me.
Yeah, let's go. Brave New World. Kind of reminds me of Blade Runner. Oh.
So it wasn't a horrible dream. There are gun shell casings in a shot-out window above the electronics shop. I know I'm involved, but how? I should investigate the area and then find out if anybody else heard the commotion.
Seems like a plan to me.
Chelsea's newsstand is completely abandoned. I need to find out what happened to Chelsea. Lead pipes are always magically drawn to my skull like moths to the flame.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, God damn it. Ah, Tex. Ah, Tex. Jesus. Jesus. Oh, shit. Put up some sort of fight. Oh, wait. We gotta look at the scene. What's this?
This photo was taken from the top floor of the electronics shop. Who's over there spying on me? No one knows these back alleys at Chandler quite like me. It's the Wardenclyffe Tower, a Nikola Tesla invention. I have the strangest feeling this is related to a case I was working on.
What's this?
That's an empty vial.
It's glowing green, though, man.
Where is he? He's up at the window. I think we got him.
Someone was shooting from the top of the electronics shop.
Where's he shooting from? Look, look, look! The top window! Alright, just shut out our headlight.
I remember speeder headlights coming down the alleyway.
Is that what that is?
Motor oil, the secret ingredient to Louis' Armageddon blend. Louis usually up at this time. I should have... It looks like the dumpster escaped unscathed. It looks like the dumpster escaped unscathed. It looks like the dumpster escaped unscathed.
Unscathed. Is that a gun?
He's injected himself. I don't care. Drag him into the speeder.
I think someone was getting abducted.
Aha.
Another Mike and Ike Hammer. Candy Cane Confidential. Whoa, it's a picture of me at my office. Someone's been spying on me from the top floor of the electronics shop. It's the Wardenclyffe Tower, a Nikola Tesla invention. I have the strangest feeling this is related to a case I was working on. It's an electronics shop now, but it once was a boarding house for some of San Francisco's most notorious smugglers and petty criminals. Ah, it's a Mike and Ike Hammer candy comic, Citizen Candy Cane.
Ah, looks like Louis at the Bruin Stew is preparing to open up shop. You should go talk to him. Maybe he heard something.
Ah, it's a Mike and Ike Hammer candy comic, The Sweet and Sour Lady. I'll put this in my comic book rack back at the office. Yeah, some things never change or biodegrade. It's the sewer to Chandler Avenue, and I never go in there unless I really have to.
The hell?
Nothing but destroyed homes and buildings for blocks in all directions, but each year, something menacing grows up through the decay. Roads. Where we're going? Yeah, we'll need roads. Roads. Where we're going? Yeah, we'll need roads.
Yeah, probably. Oh. San Francisco Historic Landmark.
Being part of a historical landmark is not really helping my midlife crisis.
This neighborhood has recently been protected under the Antiques Act. As one of the last remaining original 20th century neighborhoods, this area will soon be fully restored. This laser net security system has been provided to protect the area from vandalism and criminal mischief. San Francisco Historical Society. I can't read. Oh. Is this anything? Woman of 54 gets starring role in reality show. Elizabeth Bishop releases new book. Jesus. Crash in the markets is on the car. Okay. Actress caught in a fix. Take it back, say leading politician. Alright. Let's see what fresh hell lies in here, right?
This is the Bruin Stew run by Louis Laments. Nicest guy on Chandler. He let me run up a tab a time or two.
Alright, cool. I'm sure this is fun.
I'm here to see my pal Louis, but I see a pretty brunette at the counter. I have the feeling she recognizes me, but I have no idea who she is.
Well, hello, stranger.
Hey, did you happen to hear any gunshots last night?
I did. Was that you?
Why would you think it was me? I think someone was getting abducted.
You look like you need a little pick-me-up. Want some coffee?
I can get it.
Oh, I know how you like it. Like your women. Full of liquor.
Who doesn't?
Actually, I like my coffee like my heart.
Black?
Oh, I can hold it all right. It's just when I drink it, I get really drunk really fast.
Is that blood? Ow! Oh, hush. Been out picking fights again?
Little fantasy?
I don't know what happened, but you look pretty incredible in a nurse's outfit.
You do, huh? You in the mood for a little role-playing? Who do you think you are? Mr. Tall, blonde, and bloodied?
Oh dear. Oh, damn it, got a message. Got a message. Where's my phone? Seriously, where's my phone gone? Oh, there it is.
Well, I'm Tex Murphy. I'm a private investigator. I am 39-ish, and I live at the Ritz Hotel.
No. Let me show you how to do it. I'm Taylor, and I'll be your nurse. I recommend 2 aspirin and lots of bed rest. Maybe all afternoon long.
You know, it's so weird because it's almost like we already know each other.
Now you're getting it. Now if I can just teach you to start calling me. Oh, geez, I'm late. I got a new extension at work. I'll send it to your smart Alex. Please, go see Dr. Donahue at the North Hill Clinic. Call me after and tell me what she says about that noggin of yours. See you, Uncle Louie.
See you, Taylor. Mr. Murphy, what are you doing here?
Mr. Murphy? Come on, Louie. What happened to Moith?
Is this something I can do for you? Because if not, I got stuff to do in the back.
Hey, tell me who that woman was who just left here, and why does she act like she knows me?
Why you gotta be like that? You know Taylor. A little too well, you ask me. You drunk again? I told you. You ain't allowed in here. You've been drinking.
I am stone cold sober. Other than my head, I feel totally normal. It's everything else that's weird.
What happened to your head?
I don't know. I woke up on the fire escape. I go into my apartment and everything is different. The street, Chelsea's newsstand, you. Everything is completely different. I mean, I don't know whether I'm tripping here or having a bad dream or something.
What's the last thing you remember before you woke up?
I don't know. Something with Chelsea.
Chelsea? What day do you think it is? No, hold on. What year do you think it is?
What year? Are you serious? It's 2043.
Oh, jeez. Look at that calendar. Over there, on the fridge.
50. What the hell's going on here? Last night, Chelsea and I went to the Golden Pagoda.
I think the wording was very, very attractive.
Oh, no!
What? It's me.
Look, somebody has stolen our car. I mean, here I am, my speeder's stolen out here, I'm sitting on a great... God, that's hot!
Oi! Would you guys like a lift to the cop shop?
No, we'll walk.
He's really just trying to do us a favor.
Chelsea, I'm getting a really bad feeling about this. It's like some sort of deja vu.
The Fabergé World Tour 44, the most exotic and exquisite exhibit of the day.
Who's your mate?
Oh, that's Tex. He's having a very bad day.
That true, Tex?
Oh, no, everything's just going peachy.
Well, things could get worse, huh?
He shot me. He shot both of us. He shot me. There's nothing. Why isn't there anything?
That's what I'm trying to tell you, Mike. It wasn't last night. It was 7 years ago.
What the hell is that?
Looks like you got injected with something. Maybe that's what's messing with your head. Or maybe it's that goose egg. Either way, buddy, you gotta see a doctor.
What about Chelsea? Where is she? I mean, is she okay?
You said to never say nothing about her. Never again.
Louis, I don't know what kind of bastard I turned into over these last 7 years, but this is me, Tex. You've got to tell me where Chelsea is. Louis, please tell me.
That night, you and Chelsea just disappeared. You showed up a few weeks later. You couldn't remember nothing then neither. But Chelsea, she never showed up.
Yeah, those gunshots we heard have to be connected to me. I'd better get out there and investigate before the cops get here.
Mike, you really need to see a doctor. You can't drive in this condition. I'll call a cab. I'll have them wait till you're ready to go. It sure is good to have the old mice back. I don't want to get all mushy, but I missed you, Mike.
What about the abduction on Chandler?
We don't get too much of that stuff around here anymore. Cops have been good about cleaning things up. I got no idea who would have been doing the shooting or getting taken.
What do you think of the Ritz Hotel?
Clint's done a real nice job, don't you think? Good to see the neighborhood getting fixed up.
Do you like ladders?
I don't got a ladder. You might want to check at the Golden Gate Hotel. They've been doing a bunch of renovations.
All right, cool, thanks. Who's Archie Ellis?
I like that Archie fella. Real friendly. Don't always understand what he's talking about, but hey, different strokes for different folks, right?
Somebody give this man an Academy Award, please. 3 cards to midnight.
Yeah, nice to have some fresh blood here on Chandler Avenue. Not really the kind of place I do a lot of shopping at, but some folks seem to like it fine.
What do you think of Chelsea Bondo?
You know, I love Chelsea like she was my own daughter. I still miss her, even after all this time. I forget. You don't remember nothing about Taylor. She works for the Bay City Mirror. Does a lot of investigations. And she's a real peach. Sweet, smart, funny. Yeah, I wasn't too happy that you and her were spending time together. But maybe she was seeing through all that tough guy stuff. She's good that way.
Who's Louis Laments?
I wish I could tell you everything you can't remember. But I don't know much. You and Chelsea went missing, and then you showed up out of nowhere a few weeks later. A couple of days after, you was gone again. I only saw you a few times after that. A couple of years went by, and then you came back, and something bad had happened to you. I don't know what, but it made you hard and mean, and you just got worse. Got to where I didn't even want you around anymore.
So Louis Laments?
No, me? I'm just the same as always. Just a little less of me than I used to be.
Yeah, been losing weight. Nice. It's always good to get in shape, people.
I can't go to the North Hill Clinic. Not now. I need to investigate the crime scene to find out what happened before the police arrive.
Maybe I shouldn't have...
It's an electronics shop now, but it once was a boarding house for some of San Francisco's most notorious smugglers and petty criminals. That's an empty vial.
Can we not take that?
I'm no detective, but you need to find a way to get up to the second floor of the electronics shop. You know, like a ladder?
Of course.
No one knows these back alleys at Chandler quite like me. That's Rook's pawn shop. Behind Rook's pawn shop is a dirty, ugly alcove that reminds me a lot of Rook himself. I remember the day I came back to my office to that grisly sight. I tried for an hour to get Pug's head out of the water cooler, but it was no dice. The police showed up and thought about grilling me until they realized Pug was a mutant. And it was like they couldn't care less. I guess people are a little apprehensive about taking that bottle back for deposit.
I guess.
These dumpsters have housed various individuals over the years. It's always nice to know I'll have a place to go if I can't make rent. These dumpsters have housed various individuals over the years. It's always nice to know I'll have a place to go if I can't make rent. Well, it's not a Banksy. These dumpsters have... Well, it's not a Banksy.
Nope.
The gate's locked, but when Rook gets to work, he'll unlock it, so I'll check back later. What's this? Too bad this zipline trolley is broken. It's missed. Oh, it's a small wheel.
Huh?
Ding, 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 ding! We have a winner!
Zipline trolley's repaired. Now I need to find the perfect place to zipline.
All right. Can I use this to zip line into the... I doubt it.
Heck, Malden. That buffoon always got credit for cases I solved. Problem with vid phones is you can't call anyone from the bathroom anymore. Well, you shouldn't. The Presidio. I mean, the Palace of Fine Arts. No, wait, is it the Museum of Science? San Francisco just has too many landmarks.
It's a nice one. May all who enter as guests...
Fat chance of that happening. Do you know what kind of creeps live in this place? Time to get a new clock. If a bell was on the front desk, I could ring it and talk to the clerk. Sapphire, eh? That sounds like a fun new neighbor. Well, this is a flashy new neighbor. Well, this is a flashy new neighbor. Yeah, needs a key. People who stay here at the Ritz don't want to be found. People who stay here at the Ritz don't want to be found. Yeah, needs a key. Uh-oh. That doesn't look good. Yeah, needs a key. That's Chandler Avenue, the street I call home. Well, I had this door permanently sealed as it opened directly into my bedroom. People thought that was awfully presumptuous of me.
Interesting. Really interesting. Ooh, look at that.
The ultimate game of Battleship. Inspector Burns finally opened his own barbecue joint. I bet it tastes just like arson in your mouth. Chelsea's newsstand is completely abandoned. I need to find out what happened to Chelsea. Sad to say, many robots and cyborgs end up down here. They get hooked on old Chihuahua motor oil, and they stumble down here looking for a fix until their lights fade out. Sad to say, many robots and cyborgs end up down here. They get hooked on old Chihuahua motor oil, and they stumble down here looking for a fix until their lights. This became a highly sought-after neighborhood post-World War III when it was found that the radiation couldn't penetrate through all the lead paint. Archie helped me out on my Pandora directive case where we met a charming fellow named Jackson Cross.
I'm gonna do you the favor of a lifetime.
Oh, I know him.
I'm gonna let you walk. But if I catch you meddling in NSA affairs one more time, I'm gonna put a bullet right in your eyeball. Is that clear? Get this pukehead out of my office. I'll be watching you, Murphy.
Man, I thought this would have ended up in the Andes Mountains. It's a 3 cards to midnight shop. Looks like Rusty's fun mass building has been converted into a Knights of the Templar clubhouse. Rusty the Clown was one of our more infamous Chandler Avenue residents. He ended up in a vat of chemicals strong enough to melt titanium.
Damn.
Closed. Yeah, this building's been a lemon for anyone who's tried to open a business here. Closed. Yeah, this building's been a lemon for anyone who's... Oh, it's my favorite podcast. Full of pod people. Closed. Yeah, this building's been a lemon for anyone who's tried to open a business here.
Seems like the Golden Gate Hotel is open.
I'm pretty sure every one of your cases involves the Snow White warehouse somehow.
It's true.
A wheel well car? Classic. This became a highly sought-after neighborhood post-World War III when it was found that the radiation couldn't penetrate through all the lead paint.
Oh, what we got here?
I don't know if I trust this guy. The green screen leads me to believe that they're going to Photoshop someone else in later. Hey, get a haircut, hippie. PI rule number 47. Never trust anyone with a monocle. Hey, that's my ex-wife's boyfriend. You know, I can appreciate any man who wears a turtleneck. I think I borrowed money from this guy once. Must be a pilot. Only pilots wear scarves. What is this guy mad about?
Are these like the backers or like the makers of the game?
Most likely to be a beatnik. Must have been class president. It's like he's looking through me. Most likely to become president? Uh-huh. John Lennon? Looks like someone woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Captain of the football team. Oh, she looks good in purple. Most likely to become a famous actor. He's almost too serious. The key to life is not taking it seriously and riding sharks.
He's got it down.
Nice shades. Oh, he looks great in a suit. Class clown, class of 2022. Cutest couple, class of 2022. Most likely to visit all 7 continents. Most likely to lose his keys at a Pink Floyd concert. The Cardinals. Get this guy an agent. This guy looks like that famous actor who was in all those movies. He looks a little too young to be in here.
I'm sure it's fine.
I hope this wasn't his Christmas card. If William H. Macy were more handsome, he'd look like this.
What's up here? Oh, continues.
Most likely to become an enforcer for the Mafia? Well, this must have been taken at a movie premiere. Well, hello there. Most likely to be ID'd when he's 30. Most likely to take over the world. What's he doing at the Savant School? He looks like an ale-swilling, lightning-riding Norse god. Well, the shirt says Audrey Hepburn, and those legs are all Betty Grable. Most likely to pose in front of leather-bound books. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Wow.
Hey, put some clothes on. CSI, New San Francisco, starring this guy. Family isn't just a thing, it's the only thing. Now that's a man I'd buy speeder insurance from. Most likely to solve world hunger, class of 20. Most likely to be reincarnated as Jerry Garcia. I'll make him an offer he can't refuse. Well, this mutant's got a little green hand coming out of his forehead. Cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I wouldn't kill you to smile for the picture.
Maybe he's sick.
That is easily in the top 10 best mustaches I've ever seen. Collared shirt says business, but the daiquiri says party. Most likely to climb Mount Everest. You know, the older I get, the younger everyone else seems to look. Dad, are you back from the grocery store? Oh, sure. Show off that you were in Paris. Well, let's have a staring contest. 1, 2, 3, go.
Alright, you win.
A candid moment of our subject, deep in thought. A party on, dude.
Alright.
Mrs. Havisham? I have the funniest feeling that this guy is pantsless. Groovy.
Dude, these two must be friends.
Most sarcastic, class of 2020. Hey, it's a better looking version of me. I don't trust that cat, not one bit. I think I saw this guy in Tucker and Dale vs. Evil.
What?
I find this picture to be illogical. Most likely to be a U.S. Senator?
Probably.
Most likely to be first married. Most likely to win the Nobel Prize. Most laid back, class of 2020. I wouldn't want to freak you out, but there's a huge bird on your head.
Didn't notice that.
This picture is about as friendly as an audit by the IRS. Most likely to marry for money. You know, I was just thinking that people don't wear enough orange.
The only people I see wear orange are in jail. Is this man in jail?
Most likely to play guitar in an indie band.
I love guitars.
I'm not really sure what's going on here.
I don't know. He knows, though.
Most likely to ski down Mount Everest. Ding, 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 ding. We have a doppelganger.
Do we? Holy shit. There's Mars, huh? Oh.
It's a Mike and Ike Hammer candy comic. Licorice Rope.
That was weird. Not sure if those were the game developers or people that donated pennies to the game, but I think they're all a lovely bunch of people, and I wish them well. Oh, what's in here?
This became a highly sought-after neighborhood post-World War III when it was found that the radiation couldn't penetrate through all the lead paint.
Alright, alright.
Yeah, needs a key. It's locked, and I need to find a way to open it. Yep, that's the Snow White warehouse. Sounds like there's something scary in the sewers.
Do they float? Do they all float?
Yeah, needs a key. It's like a swipe card reader. Mi hombre es Tex. It's closed. Most businesses on Chandler Avenue won't open until later.
Oh, you know what I can do? Wait, how do I get my... how do I get my little... Ah! There we go. Aha! Huh?
These dumpsters have housed various individuals over the years. Yeah, the Golden Gate Hotel was so famous they named a bridge after it.
Good evening, ladies and charms. I'm your entertainer tonight, Mr. Franco Spinoza. I'm going to be playing some songs that I know you'll love. Listen to this one. Hard and cold, it's what it does to me. Hard and cold, the shower sprays on me. La la, hey, la la la, to hell with it.
Sorry for the quick bathroom break there.
Yeah, the Golden Gate Hotel was so famous. These dumpsters have housed various individuals over the years. It's always nice to know I'll have a place to go if I can't make rent. This became a highly sought-after neighborhood post-World War III when it was found that the radiation couldn't penetrate through all the lead paint.
Oh. Ah. Oh, it's flashy up there. San Francisco historical landmark. This neighborhood has recently been protected under the Antiquities Act. As one of the last remaining original 20th century neighborhoods, this area will soon be fully restored. Coit Tower, San Francisco historical ID. Hello? Oh. Try to keep them moving smooth and graceful as I can. I don't think anyone wants to hear about the neighborhood having lead paint and surviving World War III. That's a tower, alright. What's this? Peanuts? Circus peanuts.
My nose has started sagging lately. Makes it hard to breathe. Now, what kind of info you looking for, huh?
I don't even. No. I don't even. I'm going. Goodbye. Looks like that just leads back down to the alleyways. That's the main street, that's the hotel. Yeah, okay. This is the way we came. Ah. What have we got here? Cases, nothing in them. Any sort of description why we shouldn't take the lift? No? Okay, let's go. Okay, lift that only has one stop, and we're going to take the stairs for the rest of the way. Good lift. Good lift. Dust is cool. It's quite challenging. Where's the light coming from? Historical San Francisco historical landmark Coit Tower, also known as the Lillian Coit Memorial Tower. Open 1933, height 210 inches or 64 meters. I don't think that's inches, feet. Area, sorry, 74,050 feet squared. Architectural style, Art Deco, architects, Lily Hitchcock, Coit, Lily Hitchcock, Coit, Jesus, that's a mouthful. Lily Hitchcock Coit, Arthur Brown Jr., San Francisco Historical Society. Where's that flashy flash coming from? Is it there? Oh, there it is. So, I'm guessing it's that. No, it's a bad effect. Okay, what can we see? Ah, excuse me as I stifle a yawn. Let's not get too close to the edge. I'm guessing there is deaths in this game, and that will be how we do it.
Whoa. I wasn't always nervous about heights until my Under a Killing Moon case. I was trying to break into a luxury high-rise and slipped from the 32nd floor. Looks like no one's home. This is gonna be easier than falling off a horse. This window doesn't want to open up. Maybe if I...
Whoa, whoa!
Oh!
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Fortunately, I hit an awning before I hit the ground, but I didn't stop bouncing for about 30 minutes.
Okay. I don't think there's any awnings down there, so... I guess there's not much reason to go up here. Fast left. So they made it fast. They didn't have time to mess around. Everybody knows that. Is that a train?
I have no desire to ride that streetcar. I have no desire to ride that streetcar.
Ah, I like exploring.
This became a highly sought-after neighborhood post-World War III when it was found that the radiation couldn't penetrate through all the lead paint.
Aha. Huh? Yeah.
Another Mike and I Camera candy comic. Tootsie Rolled. This became a highly sought-after neighborhood post-World War III when it was found that the radiation couldn't penetrate through all the lead paint.
Huh. Never heard you say that before. It's crazy. Alright.
Mike and I Camera. Murder, my sweet.
I think we've gone everywhere. Now let's go in here.
Wow. This place really has been renovated. I guess that dumbbell Ardo must have come into some money. But as I walk to the counter, I suspect this place is under new management.
Welcome in. Welcome to the Golden Gate Hotel. How can I help you? Mr. Murphy?
Vitamin comic that usually charges.
Wow. Service around here has gotten a lot better and a lot smarter. Call me Tex.
No, thank you. The last time I tried that, you were all...
I'm a professional and should be treated as such.
For some self-righteous baloney like that. Management heard about it and I didn't get any time off for a month.
You got the wrong guy.
And that was supposed to be me? How do you know so much about me anyway?
Unlike you tangibles, we have computer brains.
So, you got a name?
You know very well who I am. Holly Graham. Cute, right? You tangibles just can't resist a pun.
Oh yeah, we humans love the lowest form of humor. Speaking of which, holograms are people too. I mean, what kind of a joke is that?
So you can read. It's for the hologram rights movement.
I hate to tell you this, but holograms aren't people. And I ought to know, because I've dated a few.
That's exactly what they used to say about minorities, women, and mutants. It's our turn now. I'm officially on strike.
Oh. Okay. Encourage.
Well, more battery power to you.
Really? You're the last person I thought I'd hear that from. Everyone in this neighborhood's afraid of you, you know.
I think your file on me might be corrupted. Mind if I ask a few diagnostic questions?
Sure. Though I should warn you, I don't get up much.
What do you think of Texas?
Now that I know you support the hologram rights movement, I may have to reevaluate my opinion of you. I heard gunshots, and then the speeder came flying out and took off.
What do you think of the Ritz Hotel?
Well, it's no Golden Gate Hotel, is it?
Do you have a ladder?
We keep everything like that over at the Snow White warehouse.
What do you think of Archie?
I think he came in one time with Mojo, the kid from the barbecue place. It was awkward.
You seen Taylor?
Taylor's my bestie, my real friend. I don't know what she's doing with you.
You seen Louis?
The nicest tangible I've ever met.
So, what you got cooking, Holly?
Oh, you know me. Just a hologram. Here to serve my tangible oppressors.
Can I get into the Snow White warehouse? I need a ladder. Just, you know, I want a case.
I've heard they keep a key or something to get inside the warehouse by the door.
Okay.
I should look around the hotel lobby and see if there's anything here that could help me out.
Should probably put away the flashlight. Alright, let's see.
Forget it, Jake. It's a Chinatown sale.
This guy sure likes to go antiquing, huh? Pardon the dust while we make some exciting changes to our ballroom. Ballroom. Beavis. Go to the ballroom.
All these pictures of how beautiful San Francisco used to be just depress me.
Nope, it's just a pillow. Just a pillow.
Nice furniture. Only guests of this hotel are allowed entrance through here. When visiting Salt Lake, be sure to visit... Oh. I guess this is time out for unruly guests.
Hey, Tex. How's your case progressing?
Pretty shy. Thank you.
So when visiting beautiful Salt Lake, be sure to visit... Oh, it's for San Francisco.
Aha.
It's a key to a lockbox.
Yes.
When visiting Salt Lake, be sure to visit... Oh.
Alright, let's, I think it's the lockbox on the Snow White House. Let's have a little look-see.
Yeah, needs a key.
Nice. And, oh no. One, two, three, four. Damn it. Alright. How do I get out of this?
It's locked, and I need to find a way to open it. It's the Wardenclyffe Tower, a Nikola Tesla invention. Whoa, it's a picture of me at my...
No clues about it. Hey.
Hey, Tex. How's your case progressing?
Do you know anything about the key?
When visiting Salt Lake, be sure to visit... Oh. Only guests of this hotel are allowed entrance through here. What's next? Garden gnomes asking for their rights?
Not sure what to do. Is anywhere else open? There's somewhere else open.
It's closed. Most businesses on Chandler Avenue won't open until later. What do we got here? Looks like instructions to get into the Snow White warehouse.
Hey Joe, we changed the Snow White warehouse lockbox code. Alright, 4268. Mutant novelties.
Wow, is this still here? I used this to deal with a cunning criminal on my Under a Killing Moon case who had a bad case of bozophobia. I heard he had my name tattooed on his knuckles, and he wants to show me firsthand when he gets out of prison. I'm not really looking forward to that. Yep, that's the Snow White warehouse. Well, the owners must have really raised the rent on this place. There's hardly anything left on these shelves.
Crazy ass doll. Oh, wait, you know what we need? Huh? Huh? We're proper PIs now. Got a flashlight and everything. Broke into a warehouse. Oh, it's on. What looks like we're going up there. Let's have a look. Text message. No.
Looks like an interesting read. Looks like an interesting read.
Do I take it? No?
Looks like an interesting read. Yep, that's the Snow White warehouse.
A letter.
Well, now that I have a ladder, I can get into the second floor of the electronics shop.
Cool.
Guess I better not be too creative, because it won't work. Guess I better not be too creative, because it won't work. Looks like someone shot up. Nice ladder. Yeah, Louis once told me these rooms were used by bootleggers and smugglers during Prohibition. There were hidden panels in rooms where they'd hide their stash. A business card from a rival detective? What the hell?
Carlos Maldonado. Maldonado. Carlos Maldonado. The American issue. US is voted dry. It's crazy. US sure do like to vote for crazy.
Someone's been spying on the citizens of Chandler Avenue.
Close the saloons. If you believe that the traffic in alcohol does more harm than good, help stop it.
Someone needs to update their poster collection. Prohibition ended 100 years ago. Someone needs to update their poster collection. Prohibition. And that's a damn shame. This guy was working diligently to get a free sub at Inspector Burns' barbecue.
Can we not take that? Damn. Racist.
Looks like an old speakeasy game. I need to watch the orders that the colors are displayed, then I need to replicate it.
Oh wait, sorry. Huh? What? That one, 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 that one. No? That one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. I really hope this isn't key for going on. That one, 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 that one. Damn it! I've lost. Orange, blue, orange, 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 green, green, purple. Which orange was it? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. I'm not gonna get that right now because I've been drinking. That one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. So. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I bet it opens something as well. Bet it opens something. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 60. Okay, 16 squares. That one. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ten, 11. 3. 10. Oh, what's that? Damn it! Right. That one. That one. That one. Damn it! Oh, that one. So, that one. That one. That one. That one. That one. That did 12. 10, 9. Yes. Just that one. Then it was that one. This one. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Cool.
Don't shoot.
Oh shit. Ooh. Day 2. We made it to day 2!
Following our first lead and we get ourselves caught in a laser net. All in a day's work, right?
Smart Alex had a point, but I wasn't going to let him have the satisfaction of knowing so. There was one good thing about spending hours stuck in a laser net. You got time to think. Who is this guy? Who killed him? And what kind of surveillance was he doing right across from my apartment? And what's in the metal canister? Have 7 years really passed without me remembering it? Is it related to my head injury or the injection mark on my arm?
He dead?
Well, I think you missed a hell of a party.
Party?
Yeah, you're here in time for the laser show.
I wouldn't do that. I was here to meet Carlos Maldonado. Is that you? Or him?
Look, I just stumbled onto this little nightmare, and I need to find out who this guy was and what he was doing. I'm a PI, and I assume this guy is Maldonado. My name's Murphy. Who are you?
Mason said Maldonado was a PI. Were you working with Mason too?
I'll be honest. I don't know if I was working for Mason or not. Actually, I'm having severe memory problems here, so anything you can tell me about Maldonado or Mason or what's in the cryo chamber here would be greatly appreciated.
I think I set off an alarm when I came in here. I don't usually do this kind of thing. I was just trying to help Mason. He said, come in here, find the PI, get the cryo chamber, and keep it safe.
Hey, I found that first.
Slow learner. You have to find Mason. I think he's in big trouble with bad people. I don't know why. He's a neurologist, for God's sake. But you have to promise me that if I let you go, You won't come after me. You'll find Mason.
Oh, I promise. My fingers are so frozen I can't cross them.
If your memory problems are part of all this, Mason is the only one who can help you. So you need to find him and bring him back safe just as much as I do. I'll be in contact soon.
Man, those cops are getting close, but I don't want to leave this place without a clue. I better hurry up and find something before they get here. Well, that might come in handy.
Strictly speaking, I would never encourage anyone to break the law, but those sirens are getting awfully...
I'll need to find a computer whiz. Nice to meet you, Maldonado. Not even one crate of mixers. This equipment is surveying several different locations, including my office. This SOB's been living up here, watching my every move. This SOB's been living up here, watching my every move. Yeah, tough break, hombre.
Can we get the gun? No?
Not even one crate of mixers. This guy was hardcore. Not even one crate of mixers. This guy was hardcore.
I think that's all of it.
Nice to meet you. As I try to make my great escape down the ladder, I find two officials waiting to greet me.
Great.
Hello, boys.
Well, if it isn't Tex Murphy, what were you doing in there?
Well, it's a little hard to
Oh, you know the drill.
I was really trying to get my hands on that surveillance equipment. Maybe I could see exactly what happened to me. Now the only way I'll find it is if New San Francisco's finest decides to play ball with me. I don't know why they'd start now, but I'd better polish up on the old Murphy charm.
Whether you're a mutant or a norm, San Francisco is our home. Be a part of the solution to crime. If you see something suspicious, please report it to the SFPD immediately.
Make it quick, Murphy. I got about 1 million things to do. And wasting time on you ain't one of them.
Didn't take you long to get in trouble, did it? You here to turn yourself in?
I recognize that man. Climbing the ranks. Common courtesy? We'll do common courtesy.
Well, first of all, no. And second of all, Danwich, you know me. You didn't have to send your goons down to get me. If you wanted me to come down, just ask me.
I'm surprised you remember me.
I may not have told anyone this before, but you're actually my favorite patrolman.
In case you didn't get the memo, I head up the department now. And things aren't as loosey-goosey as they were under Malden.
Well, I hope you're more helpful than he used to be. Look, I know this is gonna sound pretty crazy, but hear me out. This morning, I wake up with a massive head injury and an injection mark on my arm. No idea how I got either one of it. Then I talk to a few people, I find out I can't remember anything over the last 7 years.
You're right, it does sound crazy. But, go on.
Thing of it is, my last memory is of me and my lady friend getting shot.
Your lady friend, that was, Chelsea Bando?
Yeah. How do you know that?
Well, I know your burned-out speeder was found a few weeks later with Miss Bando's DNA inside of it.
God. It is true. Chelsea's dead?
closed the case. Though a few of us thought something didn't feel quite right about it.
What do you mean?
Well, the scene was too staged. But I'm not saying Chelsea isn't dead. The last time anyone saw her was with you at the Golden Pagoda.
What are you saying? I was a suspect?
You were, in fact. I'd have to look at the case. You were cleared at some point.
Can I look at the case files?
Now, you know you can't, so don't even ask. Look, Murphy, I feel for you. But it was a long time ago. Chelsea was pronounced legally dead, and there's no evidence to believe otherwise. I don't know what else I can tell you.
Did you ever catch the guy who shot us?
No arrest. Somebody high up on the chain locked that case down and threw away the key. Even if I wanted to see the file, I'd have to pull some strings.
What can you do to help me out here? I mean, until I see something or get some information, I'm just not going to be able to believe that Chelsea's gone.
I'm sorry, Murphy, I really am. If you can find me some new clues on the case, I'll do what I can to get it reopened. And that's the best I can do for you. Good luck.
No. I don't believe it. My gut tells me she's still alive. But I'll find out one way or the other. So why is it you think I came down here to turn myself in?
Well, we just found you at a crime scene with a dead body. That dead body happens to be Carlos Maldonado, a PI working the same neighborhood as you. Is that your way of intimidating the competition?
Well, lucky for me and Carlos, there's enough crime on Chandler Avenue to go around for 2 PIs. You boys do such a bang-up job down there.
Not true. Since I took over, mutant neighborhoods get the same attention as the norms.
Well, I'll be sure to tell Carlos's mother, if he had one.
I was just reviewing your file when you came in.
Is that a lot? Because it looks like a lot.
August 2047. Beak Nariz, NSFPD informant. Beaten and hospitalized after providing information about Tex Murphy. Nariz refuses to identify his assailant. No charges ever filed. November 2048. Surveillance video shows suspected extortionist Jen Lee leaving the Golden Pagoda with Tex Murphy, never to be seen again. The case remains unsolved. Shall I go on? In the past few years, you've gained quite a reputation for yourself. You've gotten New San Francisco's criminal underbelly running scared.
I can honestly say that I have absolutely no memory of any of these crimes. I mean, I'll take a polygraph test if you want.
We arrest criminals so they can be tried in a court of law. We don't just kill them, and I won't tolerate vigilantism. If you didn't kill Maldonado, what were you doing there?
Well, I'm drawn to laser nets like a moth to the flame. I followed the trail and saw that Maldonado had surveillance equipment aimed at my office. I want to find out what he recorded.
Who cares what he recorded? If you're such an upstanding citizen, you've got nothing to hide, right?
I wanted to find out whether he caught me scrapbooking. If that gets out, I'm through in this town.
I don't even think you're joking about that. You're free to go, Murphy. For now. Any questions?
Oh, I got questions.
I'm not sure what to think of you, Murphy.
Have you heard about an abduction on Chandler?
I have no evidence of an abduction. Just a dead body and only one person of interest. It might be in your best interest if you could find out what happened.
What do you think of the Ritz Hotel?
That whole neighborhood seems to attract more than its fair share of trouble.
You know Chelsea Bando?
As far as the coroner and the commissioner were concerned, finding Chelsea's remains in your speeder were enough to pronounce her legally dead.
Okay. What do you think of Tyler Lemon?
She's an investigative reporter at the Bay City Mirror. One of the less obnoxious ones.
What do you think of Carlos Maldonado?
I know Maldonado was a dirtbag, but unless it's in self-defense, killing somebody, even a dirtbag, is a crime, and will be prosecuted.
Maldonado's surveillance video.
I'm not allowed to let you see it.
That encrypted memory stick probably has some useful information on it.
Oh, great advice. If you could help me break it, then I'd be impressed. Guess I'll have to see if anyone else on the street can break it for me.
Hey, look, Rook's pawn shop is open. Oh, and the electronic shop. Probably electronic shop. Couldn't break it. Is there any right here?
As I ring the bell, I expect Nilo, but another familiar face pops up from behind the counter. It's Clint. Looks like he's dabbled in some home plastic surgery to cover his empty eye socket. It's amazing what you can do with a tire patch, spray paint, and crazy glue.
Ah, Mr. Murphy. Will you be needing some housekeeping done? I can't remember the last time we saw you around here.
Bang up shop, guys.
Clint? You work here now?
Oh, I guess you wouldn't remember. I heard about your blackout. I used to have those, but they were more brownouts, you know, my old chocolate addiction.
So last time I saw you, Clint, it seemed like you were pretty loco for the cocoa.
Yeah, that chocolate stand was a bad idea. But it's all good now. I actually own this place. Bought it from Nilo a few years back.
Where did Nilo end up?
You mean Nelly? He got a sex change. Yeah, I don't know. He tried to pass himself off as his long-lost twin sister for a while, but that didn't fly.
Well, you've done a bang-up job. Even got rid of the smell. What was that, anyway?
You do not want to know. God, I wish I could get amnesia for that memory. But on the bright side, we've exterminated most of the roaches and reinforced the foundation after the big quake last year, and finally got real fire extinguishers, so no more painted-on safety features. We're up to a 3-star cubic zirconia rating in the Newton Leisure blog spot now.
3 cubic zirconias, huh? Out of how many possible?
Well, they're not really clear about that, but it is an upgrade. It's mostly thanks to you, my #1 tenant. You pay up front, and I always throw in a little extra to make sure I keep an extra eye on your place.
So what's the new surprise?
So I'm not behind on my rent? Maybe I should get amnesia more often.
You're paid through the end of the year, just like every year. You're hardly ever here these days, but hey, let me get my nose out of your business. That sounded disgusting. Let's change the subject. What can I do for you? You keep being my best tenant, and I'll be your biggest fan. Deal?
You heard about
The cops came by to ask me about that, but I wasn't here at the time.
What do you think of the Ritz Hotel?
This may not be much, but it's mine, and I love it.
Do you know about the holes in my apartment?
Just get the holes patched before you move out, or I will keep your security deposit. Nice guy, but he's got some screws loose.
Right, Mr. Chocolate Addiction. What do you think of the free cards?
Dumbest name ever for a shop.
Chelsea?
Look, I know I used to joke with you about Chelsea being in love with me, but That was just my jealousy talking.
Taylor?
That's Louis' niece, right? Tall, brunette. Oh.
Louis?
I've got to steer clear of his diner. Too many chocolate memories. Look, I've had my own problems, as you know. I was in a kind of a dark place 7 years ago. Dark, bitter, sometimes nuts, raisins. God help me, marshmallows.
I love chocolate. What do you think of Hologram?
Nice girl for circuits and chips.
Do you know of Chelsea's death?
We don't need to talk about that, do we? That was a real tragedy.
Encrypted memory stick? Can you...
I can't help you with that. I can barely work a toaster.
Really? Do you know about Carlo?
Maldonado? Nothing but trouble. I steer clear of that hombre.
Thank you for finishing it. What do you think of his surveillance?
Maldonado was spying on you? Are you sure it was you?
Clint?
Me? I'm just living the dream. One chocolate-free day at a time.
Okay. Well, you have a nice one, Clint. Crazy guy. Alright, I'm gonna go up to my apartment. Let's see if I can get this stick analyzed.
Phone message waiting. Phone message waiting. Phone message waiting.
Message?
Phone message waiting.
On the phone?
Phone message waiting.
Waiting? Okay.
This message is for Mr. Tex Murphy. Storm clouds are brewing. Are you with White Russians or against us? A White Guard member is close. Prove your loyalty and we will reveal the truth.
What the heck was that? There must be another Tex Murphy in the phone book.
Probably, right?
Looks like somebody's wiped my computer clean. I don't know what I was thinking. Looks like somebody's wiped my... I'll need to find a computer whiz to break the encryption on this memory. Well, that was stupid. This desk is so I don't have to solve crossword puzzles on the floor. I don't remember my office furniture being so nice. What happened? Yeah, no detective worth his salt would be without a fax machine. Well, I sure don't remember how these holes got in the wall. They look fairly recent, judging from the debris. Who would have done this? And why? My indispensable water cooler still doesn't have paper cups. From here, I get a great view of Chandler Avenue, the original Boulevard of Broken Dreams.
Let's have a look at Brooks' pawn.
Rook's the little gremlin who runs the pawn shop. I've heard that his hard shell is hiding a heart of gold, but if it was, he'd cut it out himself with a rusty soup can lid.
Oh, God.
Murphy! Here, let me look at you. Louis told me something terrible has happened. I've been worried sick.
Since when do you care about what happens to me? Don't tell me your little Grinch heart has grown 3 sizes in the last 7 years.
Oh, Lord. Please don't tell me that lump on your head has turned you back into the pathetic, pestering P.I. I used to know. This is a nightmare.
Now that's the Rook I know. For a minute, I thought you'd started carrying a song in your heart.
It's temporary, though, right? A side effect? Please tell me you'll be changing back.
Hold on.
Are you telling me the text I turned into was not pathetic and pestering? Those are my secret weapons.
Look, Murphy, I'll grant you have some detective skills, but it was all relentless, annoying banter and endless questions to me. Imagine my surprise when, over the past few years, you turned into someone I could actually tolerate.
No kidding. So what was it you loved most about the new me?
You cut out all the chit-chat and became a no-nonsense customer who pays in cash. You always seem to have plenty of cash.
I like cash.
Okay, I'll cut the chit-chat. Just tell me where I come up with all this cash.
All my transactions are done in strictest confidence. That hasn't changed.
But I'm the person you...
I'm having a few rough days here, Rook, and all I'm trying to do is get my memory back. I could use a little help.
Fine. Though I don't know anything that could possibly explain what's happened to you. Believe me, I'd tell you if I did. Now I suppose this is where you ask if I mind answering a few questions, but this is not for old time's sake.
Okay. Who am I?
You became a sullen, short-tempered bully, and I miss that desperately.
Do you hear anything about the abduction?
I heard a commotion and saw a crazed man running willy-nilly down the street and two other men in pursuit.
What do you think of the Ritz?
I was hoping they would tear that flop house down, and they would have too if it weren't for that meddling Clint. Such an upbeat, chipper little man. Utterly obnoxious.
What do you think 3 cards to midnight?
I went there once. Never again. What with that herbal tea and incense, it's a veritable gas chamber. Oof.
Vegans. Yeah.
I knew she'd get nothing but trouble being with you.
What do you think of Taylor?
Louis's niece is an absolute delight. What she sees in you is an absolute mystery.
What do you think of Louis?
A prince among men. Makes me wish I could still eat solid food.
Gross. What do you think of my memory loss?
Years ago, after Chelsea disappeared, you came to me looking for leads to some valuable items, among them a lost Fabergé egg. You left the street for a long time. When you returned to Chandler Avenue, you seemed like a different person, darker, more dangerous.
What do you think of hologram?
I understand you have a thing for holograms. Maybe she's just your type.
What do you think of Chelsea's death?
I'm sure you know much more about that than I. Some say you know exactly what happened.
What's that supposed to mean? Come on.
That's the man you think was abducted? The one I saw being chased down the street? I never heard his name before you told me.
What do you think of the encrypted memory stick? Can you do
What is
anything?
that?
Yeah, it's a memory... Okay, fine. Do you know Carlos?
Maldonado? He puts the PI in pig. I heard you two had something of a rivalry going on.
Yeah, he had a surveillance video.
Why would I know anything about that? If the police confiscated it, I suggest you talk to the police about it.
They brick-walled me. What do you think of Clint?
Like I always say, you can take a bum out of a dumpster, but you'll never get a dumpster out of a bum.
Words of wisdom there. So, how are you doing?
Next question.
Alright, see you later.
Now that Rook's is open, I'll bet his back gate's open too.
Yeah, I bet it is too. Let's have a look. ball?
Yeah, I used to come back here and shoot hoops until I threw my back out.
Huh?
10 seconds left. Down by 1. Murphy has the ball. He fakes. He drives. It's a 360. He's fouled.
Or was it my front? Why would a little gremlin like Rook have a basketball hoop? Well, it's not a Banksy. Lord knows what I could do with an anvil, but it might be useful.
Yeah, let's just pick up an anvil. Sure. Sure.
Yeah, the city of Old San Francisco picks up the trash once a year. I think we're getting close to our date. It's Rook's hydropod garden. Whenever I see this, I think of Gordon Fitzpatrick from my Pandora case.
I've got anti-hydrogen pods on board, and I've got to get us as far away from Earth as possible.
Pods? I know that guy.
Pods. Anti-hydrogen pods.
He wasn't from around here, or even from this solar system.
Goddamn pod people. Oh, this is a weird game. Is that guy actually from the pod people? Is this open yet?
Inspector Burns finally opened his own barbecue joint. I bet it tastes just like arson in your mouth. It's closed. Most businesses on Chandler Avenue won't open until later.
Hey, what can I do for you, Murph?
Hey, Louis, what do you think about hologram?
That Holly is a real spitfire. I don't know how I feel about the whole holograms of people too thing, but yeah, why not?
Why not, indeed? Do you know anything about Chelsea's death?
I can't really talk about that. If she died the way the cops said she did, burned inside your speeder, it's just too much to think about. I keep a little hope that maybe she ain't dead at all.
Yeah.
Or at least that maybe she died in a more peaceful way.
I've got this encrypted memory stick. Do you want to take a shot?
I'm no good with that computer stuff, but that little fella at the barbecue joint is a whiz. I'll bet he could get you taken care of.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for the info. What do you think of Carlos?
You wouldn't remember him. He moved into the neighborhood a few years back. Not a pleasant man.
I like that.
I'll leave it at that.
He gets me. He understands. We don't know. What do you think of his surveillance video?
So that so-and-so was spying on you.
Yeah.
You and I wasn't real close, so I couldn't say why he'd been doing that.
What do you think of Clint?
That Clint's really come up in the world. Though I still hide the chocolate cake when he drops by. I don't want him falling back into his old ways.
How addicted was this man to chocolate? What do you think of Rook Garner?
Yeah, same old ornery cuss he ever was. Don't bother me none. I guess I'm just used to it.
Inspector Burns BBQ. Do you know what?
Haven't had another food joint on the street since Francesca ran the Slice of Heaven. I thought it might cut into my business some, but not so far. Maybe we just don't have a lot of barbecue eaters around here.
I know what you say. I like barbecue, and you serve soup, so... Soup and coffee. I like coffee, though, so... We'll go here for a coffee and over there for dinner. Lunch, dinner. Lunch, dinner. Like it. Alright, let's go to the electronic shop, I guess, and see if these crazy owners are up.
Rumor is Zach Williams, owner of the electronics shop, is tied to organized crime. We've had our problems in the past. For example, the last time I was here, he shot my credit card into 1,000,000 pieces. I'm hoping he's in a little better humor today and doesn't blow my brains out, or even worse.
Okay, I don't want any trouble.
Okay, both got hands up. History lesson, pay debt, on the same page. Do I have anyone watching this? I need to go to my bloody site and see. Because then I can, like, you know, you guys can vote on what these people say. I should have had that up the whole time. I'm a terrible streamer. I should have had that up the whole... Nope, just me and... Let me get my chat on the phone. Here we go. Okay, well, there's no one here right now, so I guess we'll just go over a history lesson.
Well, that makes two of us. Last time I was here, you shot my credit. Literally.
Why do you keep hassling me about that? That was years ago. I paid back all those interest charges. Plus interest.
What's the Yelp review of this place?
You did? Well, I must say, customer service has gotten considerably better around here.
Everyone knows what happens to people who get on your bad side. Only one reason you ever come in here, and it ain't to buy anything. You know all our stuff is junk.
I just want to know what's going on upstairs.
Look, the guys upstairs don't want any trouble either. They said you can have whatever you want at cost. You can even put it on credit. Then I'll just tear up the bill.
No, I'm talking about literally upstairs.
Look, I know how much you hated Maldonado, and I probably shouldn't have let him use the second floor. But he was paying cash, and he kept a low profile. So I thought it was all good. I didn't know what he was doing up there, and I didn't want to know.
Well, let's see what kind of useful information I can get out of you before I try jogging your memory.
Yeah. What do you think of Tex?
You the man, okay? We good?
Did you hear anything about the abduction?
Look, I told the cops I wasn't here, which is technically true. I just parked out back when I heard the gunshots. So I just started the engine right back up and got the hell out.
What do you think of the Ritz Hotel?
You live there, so I'm not going to say a thing about it.
You're damn right you're not. Sorry. Sorry. What do you think of the free cards of to
That place opened up a couple of months ago. Doesn't look like my kind of joint.
It's funny you don't like cards. I don't like cards either. You're probably right. What do you think of Louis?
I do love Louis' cooking. Just don't ask what's in it and you'll be fine.
Yeah, it's true. Do you know I got memory loss?
All I know is you ain't the same guy that came slinking in here 7 years ago.
Cool. Do you know anything about Chelsea's death?
Sorry to hear about that. Is that what turned you into Mr. Badass?
Mason Bowles.
I think he's the one who came by to check in on Maldonado. Must have been a client. Don't know anything else about him.
I think somebody's talking to me on Discord. One sec. Steven Universe chat. What? What am I doing?
We're watching the end of Cowboy Bebop.
Oh.
Finally.
I'm in the middle of a detective game. I'm doing a stream. Alright.
Then be cool.
I will. Have fun.
Alright.
Bye-bye.
Wait. We have to watch JoJo sometime.
Yes. Yes, I'm off
Or-
tomorrow as well. Yeah.
I'm working all day tomorrow, but maybe in the morning. We'll see.
Okay. Goodbye.
Hey.
Anyway. Sorry about that. Where were we?
I sell items to customers, not purchase them.
Alright, fine. What do you think of Carlos?
Sure, Maldonado was a creep, but his money spent just the same. He said he needed to do a stakeout of the Ritz. Didn't mention any specific names. Didn't sound like a big deal, and he was offering a good chunk of change.
Did you know he had surveillance?
I saw him bring in some cameras, so he must have been recording the surveillance. But whatever he had got confiscated by the cops.
Did you sell him those cameras?
That guy's a go-getter. Why don't you get him to answer these questions?
I already have. Jeez. Do you know what time Burns barbecue?
I don't know what it is they're serving in there, but it sure as hell ain't barbecue.
No? Is it bad? God damn it, I was looking forward to that place. Alright, what do you how are you doing anyway?
Let's just leave me out of this, okay?
Yeah, alright, fine. Fine. Wait, whoa.
Not again. You're gonna get me fired. Or worse.
No, I've got like this thing that... What the hell? Now what am I gonna do? Oh, you know who can analyze? Who might be good for analyzing this? A little hologram. On strike?
Holly must be out on strike. I'd better come back later. Holly must be out on strike. I'd better come back later to talk to her.
Damn it. Now what am I gonna do?
Looks like Rusty's Fun Mass building has been converted into a Knights of the Templar clubhouse.
Can we get in the llama club?
Looks like a swipe card reader.
Do I have a swipe card for that?
That's not right. No messages on the vid phone. Looks like somebody's wiped my computer. Guess I better not be too creative. That Well, that was stupid.
Why is it stupid? It's a computer, it's a memory stick.
Close my eyes and dream of
No messages on the vid phone.
the one I love so dear.
I hate my phone. Sorry about this. How to get more information about Mason. Unlock alleyway fence. Pick up anvil located behind Rook's pawn shop. Navigate to Carlos. What? This thing's just like a hint guide in the game. Alright, well I guess we're gonna get progress pretty far. If anyone's just in for story, I'm just in for story. Cool. Let's do it.
Nice ladder.
Yeah, it's a nice ladder. My ladder. Alright, let's go.
This SOB's been living up here, watching my every move.
Carlos.
Guess I better not be too creative, because it won't work. That accomplished nothing. Not even one crate of mixers. This guy was hardcore. I don't know what I was thinking.
I'm trying to smash it again to the booze, sorry.
Someone's been spying on the citizens of Chandler Avenue.
Yeah. This is not his office.
Yeah, Louis once told me these rooms were used by bootleggers and smugglers during Prohibition. There were hidden panels in rooms where they'd hide their stash.
Very interesting, okay. So we'll try getting out. I guess he's got an office somewhere else.
Nice ladder.
Can we take it?
Nice ladder. It's an electronics shop now, but it once was a boarding house for some of San Francisco's most notorious smugglers and petty criminals.
More questions? Why you gotta keep coming back with more questions?
Because you know, man. You know.
Sure, Maldonado was a creep, but his money spent just the same. He said he needed to do a stakeout of the Ritz. Didn't mention any specific names. Didn't sound like a big deal, and he was offering a good chunk of change.
Okay. Where the hell's his office?
I saw him bring in some cameras, so he must have been recording the surveillance. But whatever he had got confiscated by the cops.
Damn it, where's his office? Okay, so we're looking for Maldonado's office. Where would I go?
This door's just painted on.
God damn it.
Ah, yes. Llama Claus would bring packs of cigarettes to all the good children around the world.
Llama Claus. Time to be alive. I guess we could check the Llama Claw. If I didn't. Oh, excuse you.
It's like a swipe card reader. Nice to meet you, Maldonado. That was a waste of time.
Mi hombre es Tex.
Do I have any other cards?
Well, that was stupid.
Nope. Well, I live here now. I'm gonna take a quick break. We'll figure this out. check out the... There's no way to get into there. Clint, do you know anything else? Come on, you one-eyed crazy man.
Always happy to help out my best tenant.
Bet you are. Hey, you got some stuff. What do you think of Rook?
That little gremlin's never forgiven me for stealing his newspapers and using them for blankets.
You son of a bitch, Clint. What do you think of Inspector Burns' barbecue?
I haven't tried it. They say that the sauce will melt your eyeballs, and that's a risk I'm just not willing to take.
I guess, yeah. What do you think of Zach?
That guy's all mobbed up, so I keep my distance.
Good man. Good man. Alright. Just while I'm paying attention right now, do you know where his office is?
Maldonado? Nothing but trouble. I steer clear of that hombre.
Yeah, I'm trying to find his office, though. I'm trying to find his office, man. What about her, shit?
Well, this is a flashy new neighbor. People who stay here at the Ritz don't want to be found. Yeah, needs a key.
Anvil's a key, right?
Well, that won't work.
This is a key, right?
I don't know what I was thinking. People who stay here at the Ritz don't want to be found.
Do you have anything to say on that?
As I made it perfectly clear, your status as a paying customer earns you a modicum of goodwill. I suggest you use it judiciously.
Sorry, you lost me at modicum. Look, answer a few questions for me and I won't kick your butt when I get my memory back.
Just smelling the fumes coming off that establishment irritates my bowels. At least he knows how to keep his mouth shut.
Music kind of sounds like thingy from...
As I step into Inspector Burns' barbecue, I think I'm having a stroke. But no, burning toast is their special today. Behind the counter is the kid who Louis referred me to as the computer whiz.
Welcome to Inspector Burns' barbecue. My name is Mojo. Special today is chili con carnage. It'll destroy your hunger as well as your taste buds. Order when you're ready.
Hey. Fairy tale pun, name pun, culinary cargo outcomes. Done.
Well, those 3 little barbecued pigs look good. I could really wolf those down.
Hey, you're Tex Murphy.
And you're Mojo. What a shagadelic name, baby, yeah!
My real name is Mordecai Josephus.
Are you serious? Well, that's my real name, too.
No way!
Yeah, well, it's pretty close. It's actually Tiberius, James Tiberius. Then my mom, she starts calling me Tibby, and, well, I had to come up with something that I could live with.
The ultimate Tex Murphy trivia. You just made my day. Look, I don't mean to geek out on you here, but you're Tex Murphy. Badass private eye. Man out of time. Always quick with a joke or his fist. What are you doing in a dump like this?
Oh, I don't want to be mean to him.
I'm guessing you haven't won any Employee of the Month awards, have you?
Nice. Classic Tex Murphy.
Can you talk and cook at the same time?
Oh, you don't want to eat here. The food really will burn your face off. Inspector Burns is a bitter man. So, what are you working on? Wait, let me guess. Some kind of case just dropped in your lap. Seems like a small-time job, but there are tons of loose ends leading in all kinds of directions, and you are blindly getting nowhere.
Well, yeah, that is kind of what's happened.
I could help you.
Alright.
Well, I could use a good caterer.
You are killing me. Look, Mr. Murphy, you fancy yourself as sort of a timeless classic, a PI archetype for the ages. You know your way around the crime scene, but it's no secret that you're not so good at high-tech gadgets. That's where I come in.
Yeah, okay.
Fine. I have a fax machine, for God's sake, and I barely know how to use that.
Whatever I can do, just let me know.
Well, who knew how to use fax machines? Right, so... What do you think of text?
I just can't believe I got a chance to meet my idol.
What? Is he looking at us?
Me and Archie are buds.
Cool. You're just gonna talk to us, huh? Alright. What do you think of the 3 cards to midnight?
So glad Archie opened up his shop here. He's like a god at all this conspiracy stuff.
Alright. What do you think of Chelsea Bando?
Chelsea Bando. The Nora to your Nick. I wish I could have met her.
You still can, dude. Jeez. You like Louis?
Inspector Burns has tried to torch the Bruin stew at least twice.
It's not a good sign, man. What do you think of Holly Graham?
Sometimes I spend hours just thinking about what kind of baby she and I would have together.
Well, I'm awake. Is anyone else awake now? Forever? Do you know anything about Chelsea's death?
Sorry you lost her, but man, did you ever get an attitude?
Dead and stuff. Encrypted memory stick?
Sure, I can decrypt a memory stick, no problem. It may take a while, at least a day.
Alright, I'll give you my encrypted memory stick. Do you know Carlos?
He's the guy you hired to take photos of your cheating wife. You're the guy they hired to beat the crap out of the guy you catch with your wife.
Okay. Do you know he was surveilling the whole street?
You think Maldonado was spying on you? Not surprising.
Yeah, that's what I thought. What do you think of Rook?
Comes in here all the time to eat, just so he can complain.
Some people like to complain. I mean, I have a shop. It's terrible. They come in, they find the deals, they get deals, but the deals aren't good enough, and it's just like, they just, like to complain about it. It's human nature. So, what do you think of the food here?
Like Inspector Burns says, it all tastes the same when your tongue's charred.
Yeah, I guess it does. What are you doing here anyways?
He says he likes barbecue, so I'm not sure why he eats here.
Another item on my to-do list today is checking out Maldonado's regular office that's on the street.
Okay, I've given him the key card. Maldonado's office is on the street. Maldonado's office is on the street.
What the hell is that?
That's a SPO pad, protecting the universe from imperfect life forms since 1967. It's like a mall cop with a 5,000 meter volt taser without a moral code. Be careful, Tex. I could get hurt.
Okay, it's suddenly become clear what I must do here. It's become ever so clear. Do this, I do this, I do one of these.
Lord knows what I could do with an anvil, but it might be... Oh, it's a security drone. If I enter its line of sight, I'm toast.
Oh, that's why we got one of these. Yeah! Nice. Nice. Anything interesting in the debate?
Wow, nothing is so simple or wonderfully effective as blunt force trauma.
That's nice, right?
Now that's a handsome devil. Wait a minute. A rival PI. Oh man, how did this happen?
555, dirtbag.
It's locked. I won't be able to enter without proper identification.
I mean, like this. Like this. Yeah, I'm not so terrible after all.
Wow, a place even sleazier than yours. And you have an animal print bedspread.
Close the door, thank you. I like to be alone with my sleeves, please. Oh, he's got a hot plate. Classy.
It's the depressed man's kitchen.
Cooking up some whiskey. Blonde ice.
Both Maldonado and I appreciate subtle storytelling techniques. Maybe we could have been friends if you were alive.
Maybe. Wow.
Emily? Oh man. I hope she's doing this to get through school.
Can we take that?
Both Maldonado and I appreciate subtle storytelling
Detective
techniques.
purposes.
Maybe we could have been friends if you were alive.
Johnny Stool Pigeon. Accused of murder. Let's have a look at his filing system
Ew.
here.
Even I have a higher standard of living, and I've eaten dog food before. His filing techniques are crude at best. Ew. Even I have a higher standard of living, and I've eaten dog food before. It's the only Roach hotel where you have a better chance of survival inside than outside. Ew. Even I have a higher standard of living, and I've eaten dog food before.
What the hell is this office? Is it like a castle design? Alright, let's look at the desk. What do we got here? Some Chinese food?
I prefer Weenie World's tater tots. Amateur. Hair cream. Glad I don't need this.
What the hell?
Hello?
Could I speak to Carlos? Tex?
Sorry, have we met? That woman knew me, but hung up quickly when she realized I didn't know her. Larry Hammond wasn't really a mutant.
I wanted to make sure you came here alone.
Well, I hope you were more careful about being followed than I was.
Now, I have a very strong sense of self-preservation. I even brush my teeth carefully.
Yeah, it shows.
But man, he sure looked like one. Problem with vid phones is you can't call anyone from the bathroom anymore. Well, you shouldn't. Motel postcards. Maldonado must make his living spying on cheating spouses. Yuck. There's gum in this shoe. Well, even I wouldn't stoop so low as to reading someone's diary. Well, even I wouldn't stoop so low as to reading someone's diary.
We're trying to find what's going on here, Ace. Read his diary. Come on. Be a man.
This is a door.
Goodbye.
I prefer Weenie World's tater tots. His filing techniques are crude at best. What's this?
Llama Club security key. Here we go.
It's the depressed man's kitchen.
Can we take this shoe?
Yuck. There's gum in this shoe.
Yeah, I want it. I want it. No? How about some butts? Can we take some butts? Okay, fine. To the Llama Club. Running through the streets. Running through the streets. Running through the streets. Running through the streets. Okay. So picture of a woman. Yeah.
If this woman has been doing business with Maldonado, maybe someone else on Chandler Avenue will recognize her.
Oh.
Maybe try something else. Cigarettes. Yummy.
The air outside feels thick, like I'm breathing through a pair of dirty gym socks. It's a high radiation day. Most everyone will be staying inside, but I need to hunt for some work. I always like to start the day with the traditional PI breakfast. That hits the spot.
Delay.
Yeah, I bet some intense smoking competitions take place here.
That's not a good plan.
Yeah, I bet some intense smoking competitions take place here.
Oh. Simulator under repair. Please do not play. God damn it. Not again. Oh. Jeez. Okay, seriously though, shouldn't there be a thing for this? Oh, she's off strike.
Hey, Tex. How's your case progressing?
Terrible. But I see I've got some things I can ask you now. What do you think of Mason Bowers?
Let me check. I can confirm that Mason Bowers has been a registered guest here. Sorry, Tex. I'm not allowed to give out any more information than that.
What do you think of Carlos?
If I could smell, I'm pretty sure he would stink. Always looks like he's up to something unsavory.
What do you think of Clint?
The Ritz landlord? Seems like he may have a couple of screws loose. But nice enough.
Yeah. He just likes chocolate. But old Rook.
That crusty old perv is always coming in here trying to get a peek at my underpixels.
I'm sure they're nice underpixels. Inspector Burns?
I think the kid who works here has a crush on me. Maybe one of these days I'll rock his little world.
Got this photo of a woman.
Yeah, I've seen this woman in here. In fact, she picked up a piece of mail that's been delivered here. I might be able to get a name or address for you. Let me see if I have an image of the envelope. Yep, got it. I'll print it out for you.
Thank you very much.
Holly sends the information about the mystery woman to my smart Alex, and I get a new location on the map. It's on the coast near Monterey. Whoever owns this place has mucho dinero.
Mucho dinero.
Get in my speeder and realize I'm very wobbly and my vision's pretty fuzzy. I realize it's finally time to get this head wound checked out and some professional input on what's happened to me. Now's as good a time as any. I call a cab, and I'm on my way to the North Hill Clinic.
How responsible of you.
Where are you headed?
North Hill Clinic.
Well, I better step on it. You look like you're in pretty bad shape. Your eyes are really bloodshot.
Yeah, you should see it from this side.
live around here?
Yeah, I do. Live at the Ritz.
I've heard there's a lot of Morlocks in that area.
Morlocks?
That's what they call them. Some new, crazy type of mutant.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard rumors that they're attacking people.
On Chandler Avenue?
Just rumors. But you never know.
Things could get worse, sir.
Sorry. Sorry, I just wanted to let you know I was packing heat up here. Didn't mean to freak you out.
That's fine. It's just the last time I got a ride from someone, they shot me, so I'm a little jumpy. It's a nice gun, by the way. I used to have one just like it.
I've had this for a long time. Some idiot threw it out his window.
The head wound is painful for sure. Maybe this Dr. Donahue can help me sort things out.
Texas board. Damn it, Tex. Just sit and wait for...
Taylor warned me you might be a problem patient.
Oh, yeah, come in now when everything stops moving. A minute ago, it was like Fantasia in here.
Oh, man.
I'm just gonna assume you've got some head trauma. Let's see what's going on.
Weird question for you. Is there any way to tell whether I'm dreaming or not?
Do you want to know if you're dreaming right now? Ah! Yep, you're awake. So tell me what happened.
I woke up a few hours ago with this goose egg on my head and an injection mark on my arm. I've got no idea how I got them. As a matter of fact, I have no idea about anything over the past 7 years.
You took a pretty good shot to the head. Enough to knock you out, maybe cause some short-term memory loss, but not for 7 years. Let's see that mark on your arm. I think we'll need to draw some blood. Everything on your form accurate?
Well, I think I said I exercise regularly and smoke sparingly. I might have gotten those two reversed.
Oh, I'm guessing your bloodstream's full of cholesterol and toxins, but I'm sure we'll find something else there, too. Have you ever had an implant?
Is the chat still there? Chatty? Chatty? What do I say, Chatty? What? What'd it do? What'd it do, chat? What'd it do? Alright, fine. Explain yourself.
Look, I just want my figure to be in proportion.
Well, that injection mark concerns me, but I don't want to speculate. I would really like to keep you overnight for observation. You mind waiting around until we figure this out?
Oh my.
Sure, if we can get it done in 5 minutes. While we're waiting, though, could I ask you a few questions?
Let's just keep this professional, shall we? I don't think you could do much better. And yes, I mean that the way it sounded.
Damn it. What do you think of Louis?
I believe he runs a diner over on Telegraph Hill.
Yeah.
I've dealt with many cases of amnesia, but nothing exactly like this.
After leaving North Hill, I get a cab ride back to my office. After a while, I'm feeling a little better, so I hop in my speeder and head out to the address of the mystery woman, who I hope can give me info on Mason Bowers.
That is the effect.
Nice, this is more like it. Fun fact, this is a former vacation home for 3 James Bond villains. Goldfinger! Wah, wah, wah.
Okay. This is not Goldfinger's place. Hello.
This coffee table's a special design. It's got a hidden drawer. This coffee table's a special design. It's got a hidden drawer.
That drawer's not hidden at all. Aha!
Baseball card? Heh, used to collect these as a kid. Now I collect past due notices. Well, there's room for every member of the Brady family on here, except Alice, and I never considered her part of the family anyway.
No, she's not.
Barrels make any interior space look more rugged.
Neurosurgery for dumbasses.
Now that's my kind of book. Who sells seashells by the seashore?
That was very clever. Whoa, look at all
A
this
collector's
baseball
edition of Matt Cubase Tyler baseball card. I wouldn't dare thieve that. Well, this looks cheap. Reminds me of the time I tried to cook meatloaf.
Yeah.
That might come in handy. Must be a Barry Bonds baseball. It's got an asterisk on it. Staring at this picture is more exciting than watching a game of baseball. Hey, bada bada bada.
There's a lot of baddie stuff.
Ah, the soothing, sultry siren song of a red cat. Yeah, just some books. Yeah, just some books. Yeah, just some books. Now that was a terrible year for wine. Now that was a terrible year for wine. I think someone may have a drinking problem.
Look, it's not a problem unless you run out.
Say hello to my little friends. Now that was a terrible year for wine. Well, there's Waldo.
Hey, what? Liar.
Isn't that DeForest Bunny from Night of the Lepus?
I want to find all these baseball cards. Huh?
Well, that might come in handy. Standard groceries, and none of them look very edible. I really should look into getting a kitchen for my apartment.
Yeah.
There must be something I can eat around here. I've always learned the hard way that the stove gets hot. There must be something I can eat around here. You can really judge a person by the kind of groceries they buy. Most of the stuff's expired. Fine feast for mice.
Dear.
Cookies? Nope, just flour. Tasty. Salty. Yep, that's a sink.
Yep.
Never, ever stick your hand in a toaster. This coffee's been out here for days.
Kids, stick more forks in your toasters.
That's a terrible place for a petri dish.
I better take that. better take that.
Magnets. How do they work?
Magic. So we'll go in the fridge
Ah,
here.
delicious jams.
Pulp free?
Really? They found someone to eat this crap?
Melon.
I think that's upside down.
You're probably right.
You can really judge a person by the kind of groceries they buy. Really? They found someone to eat this crap? You can really judge a person by the kind of groceries they buy. Well, judging by all this, you can really judge a person by the kind of groceries they buy. My landlord always reminds me that indoor plumbing is a privilege, not a right. Boy, I try not to look directly into a mirror because it's kind of bad for my self-esteem. Ah, a remembrance of a much simpler time. No bidet? Sick. Another Mike and Ike Hammer candy comic. Gun. Tsunami! Tsunami! Yeah, rub-a-dub-dub.
Indeed.
Let's see, that says B-A-B? Yeah, I believe that's a towel.
Well, you're right. It's not wrong. This guy's
Lord knows
sharp.
I could use a plunger at my place.
You don't even have a bathroom.
Pillaging must be one of their hobbies. Pillaging must be one of their hobbies.
It's upside down. Haha.
Nice.
No.
Some crates should never be opened. This frame needs 9 baseball cards. Yeah, that's about the only sailboat I could afford. Yeah, just some books. Wrong form of its. Come on, people.
Central Intelligence Agents? Why are we working with the CIA? Why is the CIA responding with a heart thing? Dear Mr. Blah blah blah. Tour actions and your work in the field of that place have been in great service to your country in its never-ending battle against global terrorism. The methods you employ for precisionary and for prisoner interrogations have greatly increased the efficiency. Wow. So the methods you employ for prisoner interrogation have greatly increased the efficiency of the process and has helped helped us immeasurably in the intelligence services. Oh, will he read this?
Wrong form of its. Come on, people.
No, I won't read it. Okay. Those enhanced methods are now becoming the standard and can be implemented with. Okay. Basically, he's a really good interrogator.
Oh, sure, that seems impressive. But I bet you it wasn't nearly as difficult as obtaining my PI license from an entire summer of night school.
Yeah.
There's just no accounting for good taste. It takes a man of exquisite taste to truly appreciate a pleather chair. Oh, I don't think a lot of studying went on in here with that flat-screen TV on the wall. Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar, if you know what I mean. There's a past due notice here.
You're late, you bum!
note to self, check and make sure I made my speeder payment. Yeah, just some books. Now I could use that. This is just to trick people into thinking you read a lot.
×5.
This petri dish is encrusted with all sorts of gunk. I'll need to clean it off to see what's underneath here.
Moving on up.
Some Ike and Ike Hammer candy comic, Sleep with a Swedish Fish. Put this in my comic book rack collection in my office. Perfect place to keep a midnight snack.
Indeed.
Oh man, I hate retro things. Oh, perfect for watching someone while they sleep. If the owner's ventriloquist dummy's in here, I'm gonna be very upset. If the owner's ventriloquist dummy's in here, I'm gonna be very upset. Nope, nothing worthwhile on these shelves. Well, no big bad wolf will be getting in here. Well, I see they like to keep things hot in the bedroom. Well, no big bad wolf will be getting in here. Yeah, just some books. Vertical stripes make these chairs look taller than they actually are. Gross. This bowl is full of fruit.
Ugh. Sick. This is the bedroom? Is this the whole house? Really? People paid I mean, it's cool. It's cool, but...
If the owner's ventriloquist dummy's in here, I'm gonna be very upset. Perfect place to keep a midnight snack.
Yeah.
Now I could use that. Impressive, if you're into that sort of thing. It's just a plant.
Just a plant.
An old Zoom portable music device. Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, my mom got me one of these while all the other kids were getting iPads and iPods. I remember just how I felt that day. Wonder what happened to it. Oh yeah, now I remember.
Jeez.
Not my size, not my style, not my day. Sheesh, I couldn't even imagine lugging this thing up those stairs. Oh man, I hate... Oh, perfect for watching someone while they sleep. Just looking at these makes me tired. I don't know if I get the open concept between these two bedrooms. Perfect place to keep a midnight snack. Trust me, being a PI, it's not an easy business. You never know what you're gonna find in people's drawers. Impressive, if you're into that sort of thing. Nice place to get all warm and snuggly. Just looking at these makes me tired.
Weird, weird bedroom.
Hey, smoke no more cigarettes. I hear they have a smoking deterrent system built right into the cigarette.
Hey, buddy! Do you know 1,000 people stop smoking every day? By dying, you moron! Kissing you would be like licking an ashtray. Get it, dumbass? Did you know that you and I are similar? We both are certified butthead. No, don't kill me. Have mercy.
Well, the system's about as effective as other systems I've tried. But I'll keep these in case I have a smoking emergency. Barrels make any interior space look more rugged. A collector's edition of Matt Cubase Tyler baseball card. I wouldn't dare thieve that. Well, one man's trash is a PI's clue.
Let's have a look.
Surely, after all we've been through, you would not turn against me and turn to her. Looks like someone with the initial T was doubting Mason's allegiance. Yeah, I believe that's a towel.
What about this? Damn it. Oh my god, it is a secret.
Hello. Well, one man's trash is a PI's clue.
A kind greeting such as hello. Oh, okay.
Hello. The 8 lost rules of etiquette. Rule number 1, a friendly greeting could open doors for you.
Okay, cool. And what was the other one?
Seems Mason was treating someone with serious facial deterioration.
There's no baseball cards out here, right?
This house belongs in a tax bracket that I'm most unfamiliar with.
They wouldn't put baseball cards out here, would they? They would keep that inside. Sure it was 9 and not 6. Might have been 6, yeah.
Sulfuric acid. I better be careful with this. Oh, sure, that seems impressive. But I bet you it wasn't nearly as difficult as obtaining my PI license from an entire... Yeah, that's about the only sailboat I could afford. There's just no accounting for good taste.
No, it's 9. Wants us to get 9. Where am I gonna get the other ones, guys?
Nope, nothing worthwhile on these shelves.
Oh,
Sometimes
damn.
a cigar is just a cigar, if you know what I mean. Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar, if you know what I mean. Oh, I don't think a lot of studying went on in here with that flat-screen TV on the wall. No, that's not important.
God damn it.
Pillaging must be one of their hobbies. Pillaging must be one of their hobbies. Bases? Oh, they're all the rage these days. Some crates should never be opened. Who sells seashells by the seashore? Oh, it's like a villain from a terrible B movie. Mollusks beware. I wouldn't open that if I were you, but since I'm me... Ah, a remembrance of a much simpler time. Oh, I always put out fresh towels for my guests. I mean, if I had any. Rummaging through trash cans can be... Tsunami!
Yeah.
Yeah, rub-a-dub-dub. Yeah, just some books. Must be a Barry Bonds. Reminds me of the time Yeah, just some books. Staring at this picture is more exciting than watching a game of baseball. Yeah, just some books. Nothing I can use. Now that... I think someone may have a drinking problem. Well, there's Waldo. Say hello to my little friends. Now that was a terrible year for wine. Ah, fine feast for mice. You can really judge a person by the kind of groceries they buy. Standard groceries, and none of them look very edible. Salty. You can really judge a person by the kind of groceries they buy. I think that's upside down. Hopefully I won't get towed. I'd like to own a place like... Impressive. Impressive, if you're into that sort of thing. Impressive, if you're into that sort of thing. Trust me, being a PI, it's not an easy business. You never know what you're going to find in people's drawers. Perfect place to keep a midnight snack. I don't know if I get the open concept between these two bedrooms. If the owner's ventriloquist dummy's in here, I'm going to be very upset.
Uh, 43556. 43556.
Hoping to find more information about why sleazy PI Carlos Maldonado has been keeping an eye on my place leads me to a swanky beach house where I'm delighted and surprised to meet an incredibly beautiful woman inside a home medical office. Unfortunately for me, the feeling is not mutual, and she's accompanied by a very lethal friend.
Freeze. What are you doing here?
Well, we had such a charming conversation on the vidphone, I knew I had to meet you. Now I'm rethinking that.
You don't remember me, do you?
Well, I wish I did. Does that count?
We met just once, years ago. So did you really come here looking for me? Or are you here for Mason?
I'm sorry. The correct answer is C, all of the above. I came here to find you, but it's Mason I'm looking for.
Well, you'll have to make do with me. Mason isn't here.
So how do you know Mason?
In the biblical sense, I'm his wife, Ariel Bowers.
When was the last time you saw him?
Over a month ago.
No kidding. A wife like you, I'm surprised he ever leaves the house.
We've been legally separated for over a month. He has issues, erratic behavior, periods of deep depression. It got to be too much.
Psychological problems, huh? What are we talking here? He ties his shoe for an hour, or he walks into Burger Barn with dynamite in his pants?
I think it was just a reaction to stress. His work kept him away for weeks at a time.
So I heard your husband was a neurologist, like a brain surgeon or something.
Or something, yes. He worked in neurochemistry, how chemicals influence neural operations.
So who's he working for now?
Mason never talked about his work, even before we separated. But we stayed in touch. This was the longest he ever went without calling me. I got worried and came here. I found Maldonado's number and called to see if he knew anything.
Yeah, well, Maldonado's not going to be able to help us much because he's dead. Is that who you were coming to see on Chandler Avenue?
Yes, that's right. What happened to him?
Well, I'm not sure, but I'm trying to find out. But the trail seems to lead through your husband, who, by the way, I believe has been abducted.
Abducted? Now I'm worried sick. What are we going to do?
Well, to start with, if you could think of anything that could help me out here to find him, that would be a big help.
I will. Feel free to look around here. I wish I could stay and help, but I'll give you my number so you can call me later. And sorry about the gun to the head thing.
Oh, it's okay. I've just got one of those faces. Probably look better with a hole in it. I have my doubts about Ariel Bauer's motivation. She certainly seems to have an agenda which includes more than just her husband's well-being. What's she up to?
Hubba, hubba. Whew. Is it hot in here, or did my internal fan just crash?
Well, it feels like I'm being played for a sap.
Oh, come on. She's just getting ready to play the field. I'd like to bring her over for a debugging session.
Okay. Just looking at this gives me an icky feeling. Just looking at this gives me an icky feeling. Looking at medical posters always gives me the heebie-jeebies. Unfortunately, it's not the tunnel of love. I got a feeling that's not a crochet needle. I'm sure these MRI pictures are showing me something. I'm sure these MRI pictures are showing me something. Unfortunately, it's not the tunnel up. This cabinet needs a 3-digit code to open. I'm sure these MRI pictures are showing me something. Well, it's a microscope, and you'd need one of these just to see Rook's sense of humor. This petri dish is filthy. I'll need to clean it off before I can use it on the mic. Well, it's a microscope, and you'd need one of these just to see Rook's sense of humor.
Are you supposed to look for it?
This petri dish is filthy. I'll need to clean it off before I can use it on the microscope. Yeah, that's not important. Looking at medical posters always gives me the heebie-jeebies. Well, it's a microscope, and you'd need one of these just to see Rook's sense of humor. If I found a flash drive, I could connect it to the video screen.
You have a fax.
Looks like Carlos Maldonado was trying to get a hold of Mason about someone named Margaret Leonard.
They drilled a hole in my skull. I was awake, and it hurt a lot.
Looking at medical posters always gives me the heebie-jeebies. He's looking a little under the weather. Looking at medical posters always gives... Yeah, that's not important. You'd need a PhD to understand any of these books. Well, I wonder what's on this little device. If I found a flash drive, I could connect it to the video screen.
Yeah.
Yoink. This cabinet needs a 3-digit code to open. You'd need a PhD to understand any of these books. You'd need a PhD to understand any of these books.
Save the game here and head back into it tomorrow. Call this chip on savvy. Quick game. Yes, I'm sure. I enjoy this game. It's cool. Right. Until next time, goodbye.